Welcome back, my WeldTube fam. It's Abraham, supervisor here at South Coast Welding Academy. And tonight's video, I'm going to be doing a D1.1 structural test. It's going to be Flux Core all the way out with a backing strip. And tonight's video is sponsored by Everlast. Alright guys, so just like in the intro, I said I was going to do a D1.1 test today, structural test, Flux Core all the way out with a backing strip. So the first thing you're going to want to do whenever you're taking this test, or whenever you go take any test in general, is you're going to want to prep up your plates. You're going to want to grind off all the mill scale off, both on the front side and back side right here, okay? Same thing for the other test piece. Make sure you clean it up the way you're supposed to, okay? Many QCs out there, whenever you go test, they look at that. They see if your prep up is done correctly. If it's not, they don't even pass you. They fail you right there. Again, same thing for this test, this backing strip right here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean all that mill scale off with the grinder. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just finished prepping this plate up, okay? Now I'm gonna show y'all, demonstrate to y'all how to tack this D1.1 structural test with a backing strip. Okay, as you can see, I got my two plates right here. What you want to do is flip this one this way, this one also, and for the spacing in the middle, you're going to use the test strip itself. All right, this is about 1/4 of an inch thick. I'm going to put that in the middle right here and then butt up my plates. Bam. That, all right? All right, that's going to give me the space I need for the middle. After that, I'm going to grab my test strip, my backing strip I mean, pop it out. I'm going to place it with the clean side, obviously, facing down right here. All right, check it. Check my fitment, my fit up. Right there. Next, I'm going to go ahead and tack it. I'm going to tack one tack over here, change up to the opposite side, tack over here, and I'm just going to interchange my tacks, okay? I'm going to put about 6 tack in total. 3 on the right side and 3 on the left side. Alright guys, so check this out. For this video, I'm going to be using this Everlast Lightning MTS 275, okay? I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Put the little switch back here, if I can find it. There it goes. Bam, turned it on. Okay. Now this machine has multiple processes it can do, all right? As you can see, I can toggle between from TIG stainless all the way to stick. It has TIG aluminum, mixed stainless, mixed steel, MIG aluminum, but I'm gonna be doing flux core, so that's where I'm gonna go. Bam, flux core, right there. Okay, for my settings right now, I'm gonna set my wire speed, which is right here. I'm gonna set my wire speed at 260. And my volts are around 24.5 volts, okay? Now, if I was to toggle through the settings, this has pre-flows. I can even set how I want my my wire to come out, how I want what wire speed I want my wire to start, which I have it here at 60. Have upslope, burn back. Burn back, that feature is if when you're welding and you don't want to clip your wire, you can put your burn back and it'll do it for you. Spot switch, I have that option. I'm not going to be spot welding. Downslope, before I was using this machine before, and I had that function actually had some downslope on there, and all that did was make my I would let go of my trigger and it made my wire keep coming out, but I don't want that, so I have that set at 0. Okay, all right guys, so when I start off, right here it has a really important feature that I like. It has inductance right here. I can control my inductance. All right, right now I'm going to be doing my first bead. I do want it to dig in so it ties in really good, so my inductance I'm going to set around 75%. all right? Whenever you're doing your fills or your root pads, your inductance, you want them at around 75 to 100%, just because you want it to dig, so you want it to fuse really good. Now, when I go ahead and cap, I'm going to turn down my inductance probably to like 30%, okay? But for now, I'm going to start off at 75, see how that feels. If I see that it's digging up too much, I'm going to go less. If I wanted to dig more, I'm gonna go up. Okay. All right, so check this out. I'm getting ready to tack my plate up. But check this out. Since I'm just gonna be doing pretty much spot welds, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that function on over here. I'll go over here, highlight it, hit the settings button, and I'm gonna go switch over to spot welds on. Switch on right there, okay? It's on already. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go back home now. Now the fit up of this is very, very important, okay? Look at this. You want your plates to sit flush with that backing strip, okay? So that you don't really have any gaps in between your plate and your backing strip along the edges of the bevel right here. Okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and tack my plate to my 45 in the position that I want it. I'm gonna make sure it's straight. You might want to ask for help for this, okay? But I'm gonna do it myself if I can. And I'm happy with my fit up. And just a tip right here, okay? I recommend that I recommend that y'all wear a heat pad on your arm, on your dominant hand, because flux core is the process that gets really, really hot. And if you are one of the persons that holds the gun like this and you're going up with it, this area right here tends to get really, really, really hot, okay? And you know, you don't want to be the fool that forgets it or doesn't have one, and you're holding it right there, and you keep holding it right there, and you know, you're being all macho, and you pretty much end up blistering your whole hand or burning your whole hand. All right, I've done that before. You know, you got to be pretty tough. Another technique you can use so that you don't burn your hand is change the way you handle the gun, the way you hold the gun. Okay, you can move your hand and hold it right here. That way, there's a significant amount of distance between the plate and your hand, and you can just go up like this. Okay, so the pro to that technique is that your hands is away from the heat so that you don't burn up your hand. But the con to that is that if you do hold it like this, you do have less control of the gun depending on who you are. Okay, I've done tests like this where I forgot my heat pad, you know, and I'm right here. My hand gets real hot, so I move my hand from this position to holding it way at the bottom right here. Okay. But if you want to be one of those persons that's really precise, and you want to be precise with your movement, then you know, you wear your arm pad right here and you hold your gun right here. Okay. All right, so for my root pass, my wire, you want to aim it at the very edges of the bevel. All right, right here and right here. Okay. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be zigzagging as I go up, okay? All right, and I'm going to be pausing 2 or 3 seconds on each side. So I'm going to go 1, 2, hop over to the left side, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or you could do 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You are going to want to keep your wire in the middle of the puddle, not on the leading edge of the puddle, but in the middle of that puddle, always. All right, if you try to keep your wire at the leading edge of the puddle, you're pretty much just going to be digging into the plate, and it's not going to look very pretty. Okay, another technique, another thing that you're going to want to do is you want to make sure that your puddle climbs on the walls of the bevel. Okay, you don't climb on the walls with your wire, you let the puddle climb on the walls. Okay, so I'm not going to be welding my root pass and aiming my wire on the walls, right here, right here, right here, or right here, or right here, or right here. No. I'm going to be aiming my wire on the test strip, on the very edges of the plates, and I'm going to let my puddle climb to the wall as I zigzag from bottom to top. So let me put my arm pad and let's strike an arc. 1, 2, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. And like I said, you want to keep that wire in the middle of the puddle as you go up. Okay, my heat induction is set at 75%, so I do see it digging in pretty well. Still not too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave it. Now guys, remember my spot function was on when I tacked this up, and I didn't show that on camera, but it did go ahead and turn it back on to stitch welding. And you just zigzag as you go up. Now something you want to do as you go up, you're going to want to relieve pressure on the hand you're leaning on, so that you can move your hand up. Alright guys, so I just finished my root pass. I really like how it sat in. All my edges are nicely fused with the bevel wall. I'm getting ready to start my second bead. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and weave that bead as well. Alright, so it's gonna be the same thing. I'm gonna be zigzagging as I go up. You can also do circles. You can do I've seen people do kind of like an L type of form, but I personally like zigzagging or circles. Either way, you're gonna see in the video what I'm doing. A common practice or a good practice to do is after each pass is clean your nozzle. Okay, make sure you clean it. Let's get it. One, two, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You want to keep your wire in the center of the puddle, not on the leading edge. And you want to let the puddle climb on the wall, not your wire, but your puddle. And as I'm going up, I am taking off weight on the hand that I'm leaning on. One, two, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Alright guys, so I just finished my hot pass. It was another weave. Make sure I pause on each side for 2 seconds. Now my weave, the space is getting pretty wide, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting stringer beads in it. I'm gonna start with my left to right. Okay. All I'm gonna do is do miniature zigzags and just go up with it. Okay. Right here I'm just zigzagging and going at a constant travel speed, making sure again that my wire's in the center of the puddle and that the puddle's climbing on the wall. If it helps, you can count 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Alright guys, so I just finished my first bead, my first stringer bead after my hot pass on my left side. As you can see, I got some peel back. That's always a good feeling. Let's take it off. Down, down, down. Everything seems to be running really good. I really like my settings, guys. I'm running at 260 watt speed with 24.5 volts at 24.5 volts. You don't really have to follow these settings. You can run it however you please to, as long as that comes out right and you're following protocol, meaning you're following your welding procedures that they tell you to follow. All right, so for this bead, I'm just gonna be pretty much just dragging my wire up on the right side. Now this is all about patience as well, okay? Many people tend to get impatient. They think the puddle is gonna fall and they just zoom right up and they don't let the puddle fill up like it's supposed to, okay? You have a significant amount of time before your puddle really starts to droop down. You gotta let that puddle build. I just finished my 2 stringer beads. They look awesome. I'm getting ready to flush this plate out, okay? As I'm looking here at this space I got right here left, I can either do 2 pretty wide beads right next to each other, or I can do 3 stringer beads right in here, and that should flush out my plate. In these kind of situations, you want to use your good judgment, and yeah, let's get to it. So right now I'm just letting my puddle go all the way to the edge of the bevel wall so that it can be flushed. Okay guys, so I just finished my bead on my left side. It's all the way flushed to this plate. And I'm looking here and I'm gonna use my good judgment like I said. And I'm just gonna go ahead and run 1 more right next to it. I'm not gonna go run 3 beads. I'm gonna run just 2 beads to flush it out. If I was to put 3 beads in here, try to fit 3 beads in here for my flush, it's gonna complicate things. I'm flushing my plate all the way out now. I'm on my final bead of my flush, aka the filler passes. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn my my volts down because the plate is really hot and I don't want my wires to be digging in, creating craters in my weld. I did go down on volts. I'm to about 23.5 now. And just zigzagging up. Alright guys, I just finished flushing my plate out all the way out, okay? I'm gonna get ahead and put a root in there, a hot pass, and then after the hot pass, I did another weave, 2 fillers, and then 2 more fillers after that, okay? As you can see 2 beads right here. Now I'm getting ready to cap. Now if you want to, technique you can use or something that can help you out to stay straight is with your grinder, you can draw a guideline right on the edge of this bevel right here. Alright? I start to cap from left to right. I'm not going to do that though. I can see this line pretty well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the left edge of my puddle with this line right here. One, two. I do count just because it helps me with my travel speed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Alright guys, so I just did my left bead on my left side right here. I'm getting ready to do the middle bead. And where you want to aim your rod is right on the right toe of the previous bead. This is what you want to aim your wire right here. Okay. If you aim your wire right there, and you keep it right there, you put a wool flare out and overlap this to your previous bead by 50, just like you want it. Alright guys, so I just finished the middle bead. I'm getting ready to strike up with my last bead. Again, I'm going to aim my wire right on the right toe of the last bead I just laid down. And that should be it. Get it.
Today's video is sponsored by Everlast. For this D1.1 test, we use the Flux Core mode on the Lightning MTS 275. Check out their website for more information at everlastgenerators.com. Use promo code WeldTube at the checkout and you will get a free Nova Torch and foot pedal upgrade package.
Alright guys, so the wire that I'm using in this video is the Kobelco 71T from mild steel. It's a pretty much regular Flux Core wire. Again, this is a dual shield, so I am using C25 gas. That's 75% argon and 25% carbon dioxide. Again, I am using C25 gas for this video. Alright, it's a mixture of 75% argon and 25% carbon dioxide. Alright guys, so there I have it, the D1 structural test with a backing strip using the Flux Core process. Again, this video was done with an MTS 275 Everlast machine. It worked awesome with this. If y'all want it, y'all can go check it out. I hope y'all learned something. Until next time.